am so excited because I get to share with you an artist. Not only is she an artist, an incredible spoken word artist, but she's also the CEO of Exclusive Entertainment LLC. In case you haven't heard of it, you must check her out. She's also the executive producer and videographer, publisher and editor, Promoter Magazine. You must check that out as well. And the EEWB TV network. Wow. She has a host of accolades. And I am honored to introduce to you today Denise Joyner, none other, AKA Para Dym Shyft. Today, we are talking about the paradigm shift and how she has become what she has named herself, Para Dym Shyft. And so welcome. I'm going to call you Para Dym Shyft.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
I am so glad to have you.
It's an honor and a privilege.
Thank you. So I want to know, first question, out the gate, what age were you, Denise, when you knew for a fact that you were going to become a spoken word artist?
Well, when I knew that I was going to become a spoken word artist was when I was actually offered the opportunity to do this album. But all in all, it was a what I call a natural progression, because I have a background in theater.
Yes.
And I started in theater when I was 9 years old. My mother had me in theater. And from theater, I went to junior high school when it was called junior high school.
Okay.
I went to middle school now. When I went to junior high school, I was in theatrical activities. By the time I reached high school, I became a theater major. The school that I went to high school actually had majors. And I was able to be a theater major there. And from there, I went to Towson State University for a little while, and I was in theater arts, musical theater, actually. I majored in musical theater.
Wow.
And so
what age? Okay, so you said that was in middle school or
right.
high school. Which, what age? Well, you started off age 9.
Correct.
Okay. So actually this whole mastering of theatrics and music and poetry started at age 9.
It started at age 9. Even the poetry started at age 10, because I started writing poetry around about 9 or 10 years old.
Okay.
And my mother was really a dramatist. I used to call her orator, but she was a dramatist. She would wrap herself in a cape, and she would go on stage from time to time, and she would do James Weldon Johnson poems, and God stepped out on space and looked around and said, "I am lonely. I'll make me a world." She would do that. And I actually got to see her, I think, on 2 occasions. And of course, that was an inspiration for me. So I started writing poetry, and I started performing. And I went into dramatizations. I did a lot of dramatizations. And like I said, it became a natural progression. When spoken word for me, my introduction, I guess you could say, was poetry, but it was spoken word for me, Nikki Giovanni.
Yes, Nikki Giovanni, the great Nikki Giovanni.
Nikki Giovanni.
That is a great mentor to have a stamp print, I would say, a carbon print of someone of that caliber. And I absolutely love her style. of, and the words, and her style always just makes you stop and think. It's like
Yes,
her
that's
play on
it.
words, and it sometimes it gets very deep, and sometimes it's really sexy, it's sensual.
That's
There's a
it.
whole mixture of emotions that you go through when you listen
Listen to her
to her.
poems. Yes.
And
And,
I think that is
yes.
wow. So that gives me a great imagination of me to go by. And actually, that's probably what I heard in you.
She was my pattern.
Okay.
She was
Okay.
my pattern because I heard her in the 70s. And it
Okay.
wasn't that long after my mother passed away. Someone gave me a Nikki Giovanni album to listen to. I
Wow.
think it was called A Ripple on the Pond, if I'm not mistaken.
A ripple
And
on the
I
pond.
listened to that and memorized every poem. And
Wow.
it became it was my way of expression. I could
Yeah.
express, as a teenager, you know.
Yes. Yes.
But it was my way to be able to express.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure you did hear it when you were listening to my poetry, because she became that pattern for me.
Exactly. Wow, that is so awesome. And I just want to let everyone know that um I am the founder of Husky Tone Records label, and Denise is going to be Denise, Para Dym Shyft. You see, this is why we have to call her Para Dym Shyft, because you become so accustomed to calling you by your other name that you will make it's not a mistake, but you want to be called by your artistry name. But anyway, it's just so I'm so excited because Para Dym Shyft is the very first artist in that category for Husky Tone Records. And I felt that it was a perfect fit, actually, for Husky Tone Records, because Husky Tone, it means a number of things, husky. And when you think of husky, it's profound, it's deep, it's, touching, tone, the tonation, the vibrations. So it's a whole mixture of different, just as I said, emotions that you will feel through husky tones. And Denise fit the paradigm shift, fit the mold, the mold actually perfectly, absolutely perfectly. And so I'm so ecstatic to be able to present her on 8-Track Mind with Habaka, and to just give you a little bit more knowing about her journey, and to also start to follow her journey, because it's exciting. And in our lifetimes, we just never know when the move is going to be made, when the shift is going to take place. And so, and we are always forever evolving, always forever shifting, always forever. So it's just, I say going with the flow, being open to receiving, and stepping in to the gift, to your gift. And this is exactly, you have surprised me by saying you took it on when this was offered. I
And
mean,
it's funny.
that's hilarious.
It's funny because on my Instagram page, I still keep up with my theater high school classmates. We all
That's
still keep connected
fantastic.
in some kind of way. Some of us are far apart, but we still stay connected in some way. And Carolyn, shout out to Carolyn Robinson. She wrote on my page. She said, "Glad to see you're back at it," because this is
Wonderful.
what I used to do when I was in school.
Well, see there, and it's time to start again. So I want to know, where do you see yourself 5 years from now as a spoken word artist?
I I see myself global. I like to be able to go to Canada, go to someplace in Europe or someplace like that. That's where I see myself in
Okay.
5 years with
Okay.
the opportunity to do that.
Fantastic. Now, what is the main messages that will be coming from Para Dym Shyft? Will it be messages all about, will it be one specific message? Will it be like maybe a messages on relationships, spiritual, love? I don't know. What else can we say? Because you have also said that you chose the name Para Dym Shyft because you wanted to challenge conventional beliefs. You want to reshape perspectives, transform the way we see the world. And so in those statements, and that is who you are as Para Dym Shyft. So what will the messages be? Will it be in love, or what would the main messages be speaking about? Or I mean, I know it's not really possible to know, because when the word comes, it comes. However, I do know that we all develop a style.
Mm-hmm. Yes. What I can tell you is that it's inspiration. And so when you ask what I do or what am I or which direction, it's always going to be inspirational. And it's going to be spiritual in the sense that the foundation is spiritual, because I am a believer.
Okay.
And so the foundation, that's just who I am. So the foundation is going to be that, but the message itself is going to be inspirational. So
Yeah.
whether it's relationships, or whether it's talking about family, or whether it's talking about children, or whether it's talking about the clothes and the style, or your
Yeah.
hair, or whatever it may be, talking about animals, is
Yeah.
going to be inspirational, and it's going to deal with the person. Because when you think about a paradigm has to do with conventional beliefs and ideas. And take a simple example, like the postal service. The postal service, you say the postal service always transports the mail. That's the way that it goes. And you want to get mail out, you go through the postal service.
Right.
Then something happens. Email shows up. That's a shift.
Right.
And it shifts the way people see, behave, their ideas and beliefs on how things are done and how they're going to behave. And that's who I am. I'm a shifter.
Yes, you are.
I bring in those messages that shift beliefs and ideas.
Yes.
And it always has to do with inspiration and self-development.
Self-development. That is a great answer. I love that. I love that. And I'm telling you, okay, please follow Para Dym Shyft. And she's going to start putting little excerpts out, and you are going to be in for a treat. I promise you. It is just so one, and just as you said, inspirational. It's inspirational. Even the little sound bites. I love little sound bites, and because it just when you get a sound bite, that's just what it is. It's a sound bite, and it just tugs you a little bit, and you be like, okay. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. So now I want to know, Now, I know you've performed before as a spoken word
Yeah.
artist. Yes. So when was the first time that you performed in front of an audience, and what did you feel at that
Well,
moment?
I can't say. Well, I did do a spoken word performance in
Mhm.
around about 2011, 2012. The performances that I did before were mostly dramatizations
Mhm.
and poetry. But
Mhm.
spoken word, one of the differences between a poem can be recited. You
Right.
can recite a poem.
Exactly.
You can say a poem.
Right.
Dramatizations, you're going to get into a particular character. You're
Mhm.
going to portray that character. It may involve props and different things.
Exactly.
But as a spoken word artist or doing spoken word, it's in the delivery. It's in the
Exactly.
expression.
Exactly.
It may even be in the music,
Mhm.
And so
Exactly.
I did one for Messenger.
Uh-huh.
Messenger is a gospel rap artist.
Okay.
And we were in Georgia, and it was for a city event that was going on. And at the end, he asked me to do a spoken word.
Mhm.
And how did it feel? It felt empowering.
It felt empowering.
It felt
Okay.
empowering because of the message.
So did
It
you
felt
make it up
empowering.
on the spot, or did you already have a particular uh a particular poem that you had already written out and memorized, or did you just, because I know that a lot of spoken word artists can also get up there and just whoop, you know, get into a mode and
Yes,
pick a topic and run with it, and have a whole lot to say about
yes.
that topic. So did you just did he put you on the spot in that way and you just went out there and let it flow, or did you already have something in mind that you just recited off of the top of your head?
I already had something written.
Wonderful.
I
Okay.
already had something written, and I was able to recite it.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
And so the people who were watching you, did you notice expressions on their faces, or were they engaging, or were you so in tune to what you were doing that you really didn't notice it?
I was both. I was in
Okay.
tune to what I was doing, but I also feed off the audience.
You could tell you were into it in both ways, where you were delivering the message and also feeding
I
off of
was
feeding off of
right,
the audience.
correct,
Exactly. Just
correct,
like
correct.
a vocalist would do, or any type of artist really that you would do. When I used to dance, the thing about dancing was that I could look at the audience sometimes, but I would just be really into the routine and with the other dancers, but I could still feed off of the audience's energy because you can hear the sounds coming from them and their responses or the clapping or whatever. And so um I never ever thought I would be a vocalist because I tell you, dancing was the very first thing that I learned. And just as we said earlier, we're forever evolving, forever shifting. And this is
Yes,
what happens in life. God can take you places. We could have a plan, and the whole plan just out the window
so true,
because it
so
was
true.
not what he had planned
And
at
you're not going to
all.
override it.
And you are not going to override it. Okay. So I say go with the flow and just really, really be open to being ready to be used in whichever way God wants to use you in your gift.
Yes.
And I just want to say, um, tell everyone where they can follow you follow you at on social media, on Facebook
Okay.
and on Instagram?
Yes. As Para Dym Shyft, you can follow me on Instagram as Para Dym, PAR dot DYM underscore shift SHYFT.
Okay, and I will put that in there, you all, because I know you're not going to remember that. However, that's how you spell it. You know what I'm saying? And that's where you can find her, and also tell them where they can find Denise Joyner as well.
On social media, you can find me under my name, Denise Joyner, and it's as it sounds, DENISE JOYNER. I'm right there.
Okay, wonderful. And you can also follow Denise Joyner, Para Dym Shyft, on Instagram at Husky Tone Records. Yes. And this video, this interview will be coming up. It will be on YouTube under 8-Track Mind with Habaka. And of course, it will be distributed everywhere. So I just wanted to really give an insight into Para Dym Shyft, what she's about, a little bit about her, what she's doing, what she's going to be doing, the type of music. I think is really, I think it just like a lot of other music and anything that we do, you know, it takes us a gift to be able to do that. It's not just talking, you know, because some people may think, oh, spoken word, it's just talking, you know. No, it's not just talking. It is talking, but as Para Dym Shyft mentioned earlier, it has to do with being put into a certain mind frame. It's the words, the delivery of what you're speaking about.
Absolutely.
Because if you just speak monotonely, I'm telling you,
Yeah,
nothing.
you lose a lot of people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You will lose a lot of people. Okay. So I am just I want everyone to know that, you know, there is a gift in everything that we learn to do and that we do. And I am looking forward to Para Dym Shyft's first release single as well. And just be on the lookout for when it will be coming. At the moment, she's building, she's in the as they say, in the trenches, working.
Yes.
And so it's going to be exciting, very exciting. And I am just over the mountains with it. I'm over the moon with joy. And, you know, because it's going to also open a whole nother world. It's going to bring enlightenment to a lot of people who need Para Dym Shyft. You know, that's what it's all about. It's those people who need we all need Para Dym Shyft, you know. So it's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful gift. And as I said, I'm really excited and surprised that you said it started when the opportunity was offered. I'm telling you. Now, see, that just goes to show that is courage. That is being ready to accept the challenge, right?
That's
That
correct.
is
That's correct. Definitely timing.
It's timing, all of that plays.
That's definitely timing.
Because guess what, everyone? I have known Para Dym Shyft for how many years?
Ooh, since at least, what was it, 2012, 2013?
Exactly. And so if you had told either one of us that we would be working
Here.
together here at this moment, at this time and place,
Yes.
speaking about her new project and what she's going to be bringing to the world, I would have been like, oh no, I don't have time for that. It's like, it's like, oh no, that's just way too much. But you know what? That's the beauty.
That's the beauty. And I'm sure I would have said, and I'm sure I would have said, maybe another time. maybe another time.
Exactly. And you know how this
because believe it or not, a year before this opportunity came, I was actually asked to go to Baltimore to do something. Wow. And I said, maybe another time.
You see that? You
the
see
timing.
That? It's
all
the
in the
timing. It's the timing.
Yes.
So it's like, how this all came about, everyone, to let you see and hear what happened is she sent me some samples and I fell in love with it. I was like, oh my goodness, this would be great for Husky Tone Records to release her. Do you hear my cat? Okay, he's fussing. Okay. Incredible. We got him in on the interview, y'all. That's
awesome.
Technology. So it's really, really, that's exactly how it happened. Is this I heard, and at Husky Tone Records, the motto is, you know it when you hear it. And that's the way life is. You know it when you hear it. So I just want to say thank you, Denise, for coming to do this short interview and telling us a little bit more about yourself. And I want you to give a message to the listeners and anyone who's inspiring to be a spoken word artist. What is it that you would tell them to be on the lookout for, or what is it that they need to do to prepare?
Well, the first thing I would say is, what are you doing right now? I would ask the question, what are you doing right now? There are a lot of people who are active and are doing it. They're out there. I would say keep doing it. Pray for open opportunities and open doors. For me, I was actually given a word that I would be receiving audio opportunities. And I just continued to pray. Look for opportunities and just keep doing it. And for those who may want to do it, ask yourself, what are you doing right now? Are you writing? Are you practicing? Because one thing I tell my children, they're adults now, but one thing I still say is, whatever you practice, that's what you're going to do.
That's right.
If whatever it is that you're practicing right now, even in your regular life, that's what you're going to do. It's not a thing where you say, well, when I get there, I'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't been practicing it, you may do it for a while, but you will always slip back into those old patterns again. Mm-hmm. It will come back. So practice. Mm-hmm. And whatever it is that you're doing, just keep doing it. That's what I would say.
Well, you have heard it from Para Dym Shyft. Whatever you are doing, practice, be ready, and keep doing it. Never give up. I want to say thank you, Denise, aka Para Dym Shyft. I want to say thank you for coming and being here with 8-Track Mind with Habaka today. And I thank everyone who's going to hear this interview. Thank you.
And I would like to thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
You are so welcome. And we just say thank you, everyone. God bless you. And stay resilient and positive. Be good. We love you. God bless you. Bye-bye.